Welcome to NIOS. Today, as part 2 of chapter 3, we will discuss the topic Renaissance. I hope you will enjoy watching this video. As you are aware about the three time periods which we discussed in video part 1, the middle time period, its name was Medieval Age. When the medieval age came to an end, and the next time period in history was the modern period. That time, new ideas and concepts were formed that gave rise to different movements like Renaissance and Reformation. Let us start by understanding the meaning of the word Renaissance. Renaissance is a French word. In French language, Renaissance means rebirth. In Europe, the time period between 14th to 17th centuries is known as Renaissance period. This time period is named as Renaissance because during this time people took interest in the study of ancient Greek and Roman cultures. Therefore, the rebirth of ancient cultures took place. During this time period, great progress was made in the fields of arts, literature, and science. As you know, the basic definition of Renaissance now, let us understand about this topic in more detail. Many new cities were formed and people migrated from villages to cities. Because new cities were formed, so this led to urbanization. Here, new means of transportation and communication was invented. This saved a lot of time and also increased the contact between people of different European countries. Renaissance started in Italy. In 14th century it started and later spread to other countries of Europe. The Italian city of Venice became an important center of trade and commerce. Merchants from all over the world came here for trade. They brought with them new ideas and thoughts. By this time, because the people became rich So they now had more free time to do higher studies. Therefore, new subjects were studied and also the progress made in different fields during this period. In the economic field, also, great progress was made. This gave birth to many new techniques related to trade and commerce, like bookkeeping. Bookkeeping? What does it mean? Let us quickly understand the meaning of bookkeeping. Because people were becoming rich because of their trade and business, they had to do many financial transactions. Bookkeeping means keeping the record of all the financial transactions like sales, purchase, receipts, etc. It is a part of the process of accounting in business. In Italy, due to the progress in the field of trade and commerce, arts, literature, and modern science, Italy became the center of Renaissance in Europe. Another important development during this period was the discovery of new routes in the world. Do you know the meaning of a word explorer? Let us understand this word. An explorer is the person who travels to those places where no one has gone before. During Renaissance time, many explorers found new lands which not only increased trade but also increased the knowledge of European people about other parts of the world. Do you know the name of European explorer who discovered the sea route to India? Can you guess? Your answer is correct. His name is Vasco da Gama, and he was a Portuguese traveler who came to India in the year 1498. Now you can see his picture on the screen right now. As the Europeans traveled to new places in the world, they came to know about many new items from these places. New items like spices, tea, silk, cotton, all these things of daily use. These items became very popular in Europe. Renaissance marked the birth of a new way of thinking called humanism. Humanism? Now, this is a new word. Let me explain this new term to you. Humanism is that system which gives importance to human beings, their needs, and their desires. This system rejects superstition and believes in adopting scientific and logical ideas. As respect for human beings increased during Renaissance, it led to beginning of study of subjects related to human beings like arts, history, language, and literature. Do you know that humanism influenced the field of arts and literature also? The biggest influence was made on the art of painting because the painters from this time period chose human beings as their subject of study. More and more human figures were drawn by the artists of this period. Some of the most famous paintings from this time period were Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael, and Botticelli, and Titian. Can you identify the artist of the painting that is showing on your screen right now? Think. This is the famous painting called Mona Lisa, made by the great Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci. In the field of sculpture, making three dimensional forms in wood, metal, stone, etc., great progress was made. Many sculptures of human beings were made during Renaissance. A great artist, Donatello, made the famous statue called David. Renaissance led to the rise of nationalism in Europe. While earlier, religion was a factor that unified people across different countries of Europe. because they all followed Christianity. However, with the beginning of the Renaissance, the entire situation changed and people became more aware of their nation, language, culture, etc. In fact, this love for their language and culture led to the development of modern European languages like Italian, Spanish, French, German, and English, etc. It is important to note that this period marked increased interest of people in local languages. Prose, poetry, and drama were written in local languages instead of Latin language, which was the ancient language of Europe, in which most ancient classics were written. Another important discovery of this time period was the printing press. As a result of this work of great writers of Renaissance period became available to common people. For example, Bible was printed and read by large number of people. Some important works written in different European languages and they were given to people to read. You can see the names of some important works written in different European languages on the screen. Learners, later during Renaissance, two new developments took place in Europe. They were the beginning of two movements. The first one is Protestant Reformation and the second is Catholic Reformation. We will know about this in the next videos. But in this video, we will understand only their basic meanings. During the medieval time period, Catholic Church had become corrupt and superstitious. With the beginning of Renaissance, people started to question the useless church practices. A German named Martin Luther challenged the authority of the Roman Catholic Church. This led to the birth of Protestant Reformation in Europe, and the Christians of the world were divided into two groups: Protestants, and the other group was Roman Catholics. A reform movement took place in the Catholic Church to end the corruption and superstition. This movement is called as the Counter Reformation movement. It was started in Spain. Let us now summarize what we have learnt in this video. We learnt the meaning of Renaissance, the impact of growth of Renaissance in Europe, We understood the concept of humanism and its impact on the field of arts and learning. We also learned the concept of Reformation movement and Counter Reformation movement. With this, we come to the end of this video. I hope your concept of Renaissance is clear now. Take care till we meet next time. If you have any query and you want an answer, you can email us at signlanguage@nios.ac.in. You can also visit our website at www.nios.ac.in. Thank you so much.